Hello, welcome to the Eden AI demo. First things first, we load into the homepage. In this demo, I'm going to talk about the homepage, the trend analysis, but I'm not going to go too deep on the predictions. I will talk about the reports. I will not talk about, the red tide forecast, but just reports, trend analysis, in the homepage. We can upload a file in the homepage. That's the first things that we have to do is upload a file. I have a couple different red tide data sets here. So I'm going to click on one of these and then I'm just going to open it. And loading in, it's going to load in all the data from that CSV file from reading it. And, in that CSV file, in the homepage, it's going to allow us to preview the data. And this is the entire data set here. And we can scroll here, look at anything, visually. My screen's a little cut off, but, on the actual application, you'll be able to see everything. It'll also output other types of information, like how many values are not, present in the data set and other basic statistics that we can look at. And also initial scatter plot graph that we can look at as well. We can also clean the data if there was any null values. And so moving to trend analysis, with trend analysis, there's going to be time-based and non-time-based. And we can look at something like, Carina brevis cells, which is good, a pretty good indicator of red tide. And we can look at, how it fluctuates. This is actually a pretty good data set because we see that it's, in the prime region for, when most blooms occur. And, we can zoom in. It's a pretty interactive interface that we can use here. We can zoom in as much as we can and, up to the time. But here we don't actually have, a time in the data set. Then we can actually move on to reports. We can draft up, summary report of the data that we have, the trends and basic things like that. So here we can, put in the type of graphs that we want. In the actual demo, there will be more, but we can just use correlation matrix and a scatter plot is what I'll use. And, it'll put those out for a preview for us. And we can look at that. And you can look at, again, another scatter plot, and we can just generate a PDF report. And so, it's going to generate, and then it's going to pop, a download link for the PDF at the bottom of this, at the bottom of the generate button. And once that loads, we can click on it. And I have already downloaded a lot of these already. So we're going to click on a file, and it's going to show us the information that we basically just looked at already, but have it ready in our hand. And yeah, that is a brief demo of Eden AI. Stay tuned for more.